We live in Viva. We live. We live, y'all. Shout out to the people who got the Lakeside song I was singing on the last live stream. We all the way live. Lakeside. That's right. Shout out to the old school people who got that one. Didn't expect y'all to do it. What up, Clinton Walker? What up, brother? Peace, peace, everybody. Marcus Booze, what's poppin', Dale? Queen Aries, what's poppin'? Aries, my people. What up, y'all? Everybody, D Nice, what up? Roger Morris, everybody come on up in here. Come on up in here. So, first off, I wanted to say thank you to everybody who wishing me condolences, well wishes about my pops. I know on the Zoe What show, Zoe mentioned it yesterday. Yeah, I wasn't there. So, everybody started hitting me up with condolences, and I appreciate that. And everybody, thank you so much. I received it. Thank you, man. I just wanted to say, just give you just a background real quick, because I've talked about what happened to my father before. So I just want to give a real quick background. Because what happened to him, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Was that Cynthia? Thank you. Oh, Patrick, appreciate you. Queen Aries, thank you. Because what happened to him kind of was his fault. So if, whatever happened to him can help save you guys, I'll share that with you. So I mentioned a while back that my father, he had gotten his leg amputated. He had got infected, his foot got infected before the COVID, before the pandemic. He got infected. Oh, appreciate you. Thanks, Roger. Appreciate you, brother. So before that, his foot got infected, and then he was doing treatments for his infection. Oh, Jeremiah, thank you, brother. Thank you. So he was doing treatments for the infection, and then when the PD hit, the Pandeezy hit, they shut down all the hospitals because of the V. The V. So he couldn't get to his regular treatments, and so the infection spread up his leg, and he had to get his leg amputated. So then from that, his condition just progressively got worse because he also had like some back problems. But then his other leg got infected, and so and then the infection spread to the rest of his body, and that's how he passed. But the reason I want to talk, I'm telling you guys about this. Oh, appreciate you. Thank you, Cynthia. Appreciate you so much. The reason I'm telling you about this because what happened was, it was his fault, kind of. Well, really, not kind of. It was his fault. So my pops had diabetes. He had developed diabetes. So that's another thing. He used to eat a lot of sugar. So for all you people on your sugar kick, balance that shit out. You don't have to go fully without sugar. That's not a thing. You don't have to go completely without. But moderation, balance that out. And if you always on sugar, you have to cut it for a while so that your body can flush it. Because your sugar makes your body acidic, inflamed, right? So you have to cut the sugar so that it brings the inflammation down in your body. And that's what causes most problems in your body, is inflammation or an acidic body. So he got diabetes, and so he developed, when you got diabetes, you get sores a lot of times on your legs. And so he had gotten a sore on his foot, and him just, thinking I'm just my regular self, he didn't really take care of it. And just a little small sore. All he had to do was just take care of it. But he would walk around barefoot and stuff like that, and so it got infected. And you can't do that, especially if you have diabetes. So all you guys, you got to start taking care of yourself. So you can't do that. And his foot got, that's how it initially got infected. And so from there, progressively got worse. And then the world shut down. And that was like some type of karmic thing. I don't know. But boom, the world shut down. He couldn't get his treatment. And then the whole infection just spread everywhere. So that's kind of what happened to him. So, but, you know, on a better note, even though my pops passed, I don't know if you guys know about the Lionsgate portal that just happened on the 8th, because that's actually when my father passed. He passed, the portal opened at 6:50 something West Coast time, 9 something East Coast time. That's when my father transitioned. He took off through the portal. So it's called the Lionsgate portal. It's when Sirius rises in the summertime. Sirius reaches its highest point in the summertime and its lowest point in December, which is what you call Jesus dying on the cross. That's really Sirius going to the lowest hemisphere. But in the summertime, it goes to the highest point. And also Leo, the sun, or our sun, reaches its highest point in Leo, right? That's when it's the very top, right? So these two things converge, and it creates on 8/8. That's when the power is the greatest, and so you create it creates this portal, this Lionsgate portal, where energies flow through from Sirius. And go look up Sirius. Sirius is our mother sun to this solar system, and so those energies flow in, and energies flow back and forth. It's like a superconductor portal. Really, you can go back and forth, and so. My pops took off when the portal opened. he was like, yo, I'm out. He was like, you know, this ain't for me. And he was a Leo. So this is how my pops was a Leo. And when the Lionsgate portal opened up, he bounced. So, it's sad that he's not going to be here. But, man, he took off at one of the dopest times. I hope the stars line up like that for me when it's time for me to bounce. That's all I can say. But yeah, he had some high energy going on when he took off. And so wherever he transitioned to, I hope you are doing okay, and you will be back again to impart this world with some more information. But that was a great thing that happened. So, you know, that's why I'm sharing this with you. But you guys got to start taking care of yourself, start eating better, because all of the health problems stem from not eating well. Like, so my father used to be a pro tennis player. And so, he was an athlete. Like, so he thought basically he could do no wrong. And so then he just, he'd eat. And then, he would try to work it off a little bit, but then he stopped doing tennis. And so then all of the food started to have a major effect on his body. So if you're going to eat crazily, you have to work out to balance it out. But if it doesn't, it starts to wreak havoc on your body. So all the sugar he was eating, he wasn't able to flush those toxins, and then it started to just take over his body. So for you out there, you got to get your health game up. Got to get your health game up. You already know when you order something from me, I give you the Alkaline Cookbook for free. It's a digital book, everybody. So everybody, when you guys order stuff, you'll be like, man, I didn't get the book. When you sent me my package came, I didn't get the book. Well, that's because it's a digital book. I don't own this, so I can only give it away as a gift. I bought it. I did buy it for me, but I can only give it away as a gift for you. So anybody who wants this, if you hit me up, email me at reelnagas@gmail.com, and I will send this to you. All right? Because you got to get the health game up, especially now with all of the bull crap that's going on. We got to get the health game to the highest level. What's up? Yeah, flashcards. We still got them. Yeah, I'll be breaking all of that down towards the end. We definitely got more flashcards. But all right, so I'll send you the digital copies. If you email me this, email me about that. But so that's that about the Lionsgate. And I want to say peaceful journey to my pops. And you know, see you next lifetime. So I hope y'all heard. Y'all did on the last video I did. I was saying they were starting to ramp up the mandates. Well, that day when I did the video, New York put out something called the key to the city. The key to the city is the mandate. It's come. It's here. Sorry, New York. It is here for you niggas. So, you know, they call it the key to the city, you know, because New York, whatever. So you can only get into restaurants, indoor eating, indoor restaurants, gyms, concerts, you know, basically most stuff that you want to do indoors. They haven't done grocery stores and stuff like that yet. Oh man, appreciate you, Jody Bell. Everybody who's hitting the super chat, man, appreciate you so much. So nothing. So again, no restaurants, but no grocery stores yet. But it's here. So in New York, you guys have to show proof that you done had the hokey before y'all can get in. Now, is this constitutional? No. It is not. It is not constitutional. I'm about to get into why. We about to get into why in a second. Oh, what up, Tish? So we're about to get into why that's not constitutional in a second. But if you guys are, you know, aren't unified in this, it's going to be easy to pick y'all off. Just understand that. Always, just the old adage always goes, strength in numbers. So all of y'all who are, you know, who are against the hope, against the jabby jab, you got to start linking up and creating, organizing, and then putting your thoughts down succinctly on paper to present to the governments, because this is the only way you're going to get out of this. You got to start finding these laws that you know, the loopholes within this stuff. And there are loopholes. We're about to get into the loopholes that you guys can do in a second. But there are loopholes in this, but you got to do your diligence. You just can't be out there like, oh yeah, I'm this, and then the loophole works. No, you got to go read the law and then position yourself in order to be in line with that law, you know, in order to take advantage of the loophole. Now, again, if your status has changed, it's a whole different ball game. You're dealing with a corporation that you're not in the corporation. That's a whole ball game. You know, they have no jurisdiction to make you get the hokey, all of that. It's some real stuff. They can't make you do anything if your status has changed and you've severed your contracts from the corporation. But I'm talking to the people who are in the corporation right now, which is probably most of you. So they do have laws on the books, you know, for loopholes. Again, remember, they can't make a static law for everybody where it's just a hardcore steel law across the board, because rich people live in this goddamn country. And if some rich person or some influential person got caught up, there's got to be a loophole in that bitch for that person to get out. So they put loopholes in the law all the time. They just don't tell y'all about them. Which is, you know, that's why you got to do your own due diligence. So in California, just so y'all, people who are living in California, they have, and so people in California, I want y'all to go to, man. Oh man, I forgot the way. I'll put the website in this description after, because I forgot the website, the link. But if you want to just research it yourself, go to like California California vaccine mandates. Just type it in Google, and it'll tell you that there's a council meeting happening tomorrow on it. And so you can submit your disagreement to the law, though, you know, because it's not a law yet. They're seeing if they're going to print up or they're going to vote on an ordinance. So that's tomorrow. That's the 11th in Los Angeles. So California is they're thinking about it, but in Los Angeles specifically, Los Angeles, they're voting on this tomorrow. So I advise anybody in Los Angeles, go look that up and submit that form, your disagreement. It's called I forgot the name of the form, but I'll put it in the description. But we got a date. They gave us a date. I saw it. So it was they put the story in the Los Angeles Times, and they put a link to if you dissent to what's getting ready to go down, you can show your dissent through this form. So we need a lot of people flooding the damn system with them damn forms. But I told y'all it was coming. I told y'all this like over damn near a year ago. Actually, it was a year ago when this whole thing came out. Told you it was gonna be, oh, we're not doing it right now. No. And then gonna find a way to implement it. Now again, they still have to swivel around and bob and weave to get you in here because it's still the hokey is still not federally recognized yet. It's only an emergency. It's only up for emergency use. It hasn't been approved by the FDA yet. So again, they still can't force you to do it, but they're finding ways around it. So mandates for work. Mandates for the federal, for federal government, mandates for certain things. Or we can't put the whole smack down, the whole iron hand down on your ass, but we can do it in certain areas where it'll be legally, and there's a legal gray area that we can kind of work in. So if you try to come at us, we say, well, we didn't really do it. You can go eat. You can still go here, you can still go there, but you can't go there, but still, you can still go here, you can still go there. So, and then they also don't believe that you will create any action against them. They know that. They like, these niggas ain't about to do shit. They don't know shit. Man, go ahead and implement that damn law. Just so y'all know, there's a Supreme Court case that says any law that's repugnant to the Constitution is null and void. And just so y'all know, Supreme Court, when they rule on something, that becomes law. So that means that that's a law. That anything repugnant, so anybody who don't know the word repugnant, anything that repugnant means that's adverse or opposite or in disagreement with the Constitution. So anything, this is in America. For you people who are in those other countries, I don't know about the law. You got to go start doing the research in your country, for those laws. But in America, anything that goes against the Constitution is null and void. Now, these governments and cities and states, they make laws that go against the Constitution all the time, like every damn day. They know they ain't supposed to do that, but they know they know the law will stand until you challenge it. See, that's how legislation goes. We create a law just based off of our shit, or some powerful nigga comes in, pays somebody to write a bill, and then we put it in and it becomes law. This law can be completely unconstitutional, but we doing it, and it's gonna ride until you niggas come tell us we can't do it. Until y'all do that, hey nigga, we riding. And so that's how shit goes in America. You have to challenge it. No one's gonna stick up for your rights for you. That's really anywhere in the world. No one's gonna stick up for your goddamn rights. It's gotta be you. If I slap you in the face and you don't say nothing, how I know you didn't like that? How I know you not a masochist and you like getting your ass slapped? How do I know that? I don't know that. This nigga, you might get horny when I slap you. So unless you tell me, hey nigga, you slap me again or you touch me again, I'm gonna choke you out. Or whatever. Then I know, oh, he ain't like that. Oh, he must not like that when I slapped him, because this nigga just threatened to kill me. So I ain't gonna do that no more. That's the government. The government gonna, oh, that didn't hurt? Okay. Oh, that didn't hurt? That didn't hurt? That didn't hurt? That didn't hurt? And they gonna keep, boy, they gonna UFC your ass. Until you say, hold up, nigga, that's against the rule. You ain't supposed to be able to grab on the gate and do a move. That's illegal. Hey, ref. And the ref is the court. The referee is the court system. Your rights, your laws, the rules are the rules to the game are your rights, the constitutional rights, and all the rights within the laws within your state. that go against this stuff, but you have to know that shit. But again, if you don't know it, them niggas, bam. Shout out to Dusty Rhodes. But that's who you got. That's who you got. You in the ring with the UFC champion. And unless you got some defense, and I wouldn't say Conor McGregor, I would say John Bones Jones. You in the ring with John Bones Jones right now. Y'all don't know who that is? John Bones Jones mixed with Anderson Silva. Go look them two niggas up. See if you want to ever be in the ring with them two niggas in their prime. Promise you don't. So that's who y'all got right now. And they smacking the shit out of you. And the only way that you're going to stop it is you to challenge the block. You got, no. Like block. Shoot, you can bob and go up under it. Or, bow, you punch back. So you gotta do what you gotta do. And they're ramping up so much that they're gonna try to dock you people who don't get the hokey $50. They're authorizing the employers to dock people. What was that? Oh, I can't read that right now, man. They're authorizing people to dock you $50. Dock your butt $50 for, I think it's for every week, a couple weeks or month that you go without the V, or every paycheck that you show that you don't have the hokey, you get docked $50. Crazy. They was giving you $100 to get it. Now they're gonna dock you $50 if you don't. It's crazy. Did you see the dude, the hustler, the fake hustler in the commercial? I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I'm talking about? I'm a hustler. I got, so I got to be out here. I got to be making sure, you know what I'm saying, that my thing, I got to make sure that my stuff is right. So, I got to get it. So, because if I'm out here making moves, you say they put this nigga on TV for you? They think y'all so stupid. Some of these niggas is gonna be changed by that. You be like, hey, you know what, nigga? Hey, nigga. I got a couple of shits I got to do in Atlanta. So shit, I might have to. He right, nigga. Shit, I can't be there. I got a couple of things counting on this next deal down there. Now I might have to go get that shit. So it's gonna be a couple of niggas that do that. But this shows what they think of you. If they're able, they put something like that. First of all, that shows who's not taking it. This shows who's not taking it. Do you see where's the Caucasian version of that? I want to see the Caucasian version of that nigga. Guys, I'm just in here. I'm working my stocks, and I just don't want to be able to. I don't want to faint when I'm just, I'm voting on my stocks. I want to see when the stock is rising and I'm getting ready to buy that stock and it's going up. I don't want to have, I don't want to have a bout of, of illness, and I just have to faint. So I just have to get it because, if I'm out here making moves, in the stock world, then I just can't, I just have to do whatever I need to do. So you don't see them niggas doing that shit. Where that nigga at? Where that white motherfucker at? I just have to get it, guys. I'm sorry. It's my duty. It's my duty to my family. It's my duty to my country. It's your duty too. So, nigga, get the fuck out of here. So they got the nigga version of that, but not the Caucasian version. So that show what they think of your motherfucking ass. You dumb niggas. They use these dumb ass niggas. Just throw this dumb ass nigga on the screen. And these niggas, it's about 100 niggas that go get the goddamn hokey tomorrow. So, but this is one of the things that has come out. And I'll put the links to these videos because they're not on YouTube. You got to go to BitChute because you got to go to BitChute to watch everything now. Goddamn, man, you can't do shit on this whack ass goddamn platform. But so I'll put the links up to the couple of videos. One is going to be this dude named something King. I forgot. He's in Canada, and Alberta, Canada. So they sued him. They actually charged him with being out. He was an activist. He's a public rights activist. He was out in public, in a public gathering, without a mask. So more than 10 without a mask. So that says, that goes against the ordinance, the violation of the ordinance. And they basically fined him $1,200, right? So the genius thing what this dude did, fucking genius. Everybody, telling this is what we got. This is what you got to start doing, because a bunch of these come in, they ain't not gonna be shit to do. So what this dude did, he goes in, he says, "Oh, you want to charge me $1,200, right? Because I violated the ordinance against this supposed boogeyman V that you got, you know what I'm saying, that you got out here. Okay, then. Well, show me the actual thing. If you got all these orders because of this Phantom V or this boogeyman V, then you need to show me the actual V, the isolated V. I need to see it. Where is it? Do you have it? Because if you don't have it, then all of these laws you created from this is bullshit." So that's what he did in court. And because he represented himself in court, his procedure wasn't correct. So this is why I teach the law. I teach there's something called being right and correct. Being right means you may be philosophically and morally right in your argument, but if it doesn't match with the letter of the law, that's being correct. You have whatever you say has to match with what's written in the law. If it doesn't, then if those two things don't add up, then you don't you're losing in court. So you have to be right and correct. And so brother was right in his argument, but he wasn't correct in his procedure. But what he did is, for the record, he got the chief medical officer of health of Canada, of Alberta, to admit that they didn't have the actual isolated V out of anyone. This is super important, y'all. They don't have an isolated V, active V, not a particle, active V. This is a difference. You have particles of V's, all in thousands of V's in your body, so they can detect anything in your body. We're about to get to that in a minute. So if they wanted to, they can detect any type of V in your body from the particle, but it has to be active. It has to be enough of it there to be detrimental to your body, right? So if they don't find an active part of it, then it doesn't mean anything. Like, yeah, you found it, but doesn't mean shit. if it ain't doing that, if it's dead, if it's a dead particle. So homeboy, he subpoenaed the lady, the chief medical officer in Canada. He subpoenaed her and subpoenaed that. And he said, "I don't want it from the PCR thing that y'all be doing, that bullcrap test. I want the actual V from a person, from an infected person." And they went into court and they said, "You know what? We don't got it." Now their argument was also that we don't have to give it to you because your subpoena wasn't signed by the correct judge. It was signed by a justice of the peace, not a judge. See, this is a technicality, which is why you got to be right and correct in law. So because he had it signed by a justice of the peace, there's justice of the peace, just so y'all know, in law, when you go to court, everybody ain't a judge. You got a justice of the peace, you got a commissioner, you have actual judges, then you have magistrates. So all of these different things, these people can do different things with that title. Commissioner's not even real judge. This is lawyers who are commissioned to act as judges for a certain time. So when he goes in there, he gets the justice of the peace to sign it. So it was invalid. That made it invalid. However, still in court, they had to, for arguing it, they still had to admit that they didn't have it. 3 times they admitted it in court that they didn't have it on the record. So this is in Canada, Alberta, Canada. Now he lost the case, but they did take down all the lockdown laws in Alberta, Canada. Now he says he did his case a couple of months. He submitted his subpoena about a month and a half before the lockdown orders came in Alberta, which he thinks that it led to that, but there's no evidence of that. So we're just gonna say we're gonna only deal with what we can deal with, and that's that in court he got them to admit that they don't have it, and then he asked the judge just to make sure that he was hearing the lady right. He said, "Judge, am I hearing this right? Is she telling me that she doesn't have what I'm asking for? And the judge said, yeah. So that's the thing right there. Genius challenge by this dude. I don't know if you know the law or not, but man, that was a genius argument. If you got all these these laws related to this this supposed, this Godzilla V that you got out here, then I want to see it. You need to show it. Just let me see it. That's all I'm saying. Let me see it. Come on, man. Let me see it. That's what he did. They were like, oh, ain't nobody ever asked that. Like, oh shit. Hey, he asking for it. Yo, well, shit, don't ask me, nigga. Ain't nobody ever asked that shit before. So that's what them niggas doing behind the scenes. Shit. Well, say we don't got to give it to him because he don't got the paperwork right. Oh yeah, that's it. We'll do that. Hey, judge, we shouldn't have to give him to him because he don't got the paperwork right. Well, do you have it? No, but still, we shouldn't have to give it to him. The subpoena should be quashed because he didn't do it right. So regardless if we got it or not, the whole subpoena should be struck down because he didn't do it. He didn't do it right, and so that's how they won. So then there's another video from this Dr. Judy. I forgot her name, Judy Benjamin or something. I forgot. I don't want to mess up her name, but it's Judy something. And she did a breakdown of how all these different countries, these organizations from different countries, did a FOIA request to their countries for an isolated V, right? They was like, all right, well, we all need to see it. So all these different organizations in these countries, like Ireland, Britain, Australia, Brazil, America, they all put in an order to see the actual thing. Not something that y'all did in the lab. And we're about to get to why that ain't real in a minute. But I want to see the real shit. And all of them came back with, oh, we don't got it. We don't got what y'all asking for. Excuse me. We got this over here that we did in the lab. Y'all want to see that? Because we got that. Oh, you mean that? Damn. You know he's going to ask for that. So that's what happened. All of the orders came back that they didn't have it. And so there are lawsuits going on behind the scenes because they've implemented all this bullshit without actually having a real V. So now the science behind that is they say that, oh, we did isolate it. We shown it, we did all this, but what they did to isolate it, they used the test I told you about last week, or created by that guy, and I got his name wrong. Let me get his name right, because everybody, man, that ain't his name. It's Gary Mullis. All right, so Gary Mullis, this is the dude who created the PCR. So he said many times in interviews, he was on a TV show back in the 80s. This is crazy because just so y'all understand how deep this stuff goes. Your boy Fauci, he was the one who supposedly discovered HIV back in the 80s. Now, Dr. Judy Mikovits, she talks about how this happened. Dr. Judy Mikovits, she found it, her and her coworker found it in the lab. Then Fauci was like some head of this, where she was doing the research. And so he called in, something had happened, and to the main researcher there. And so Fauci called in, and he was like, yo, send us the research. And she was like, no, I'm not sending y'all our research. We found this. She was like, get the fuck out of here. So her and some French doctors, actually it was some doctors in France, they worked together and they all found the HIV thing, right? So, but Fauci was like, yo, well, give me all y'all work and let me see. Let me see what's happening. So, they took the work, but she said no. And so basically they got her arrested. They got her arrested, put in jail, and then they raided the lab and took all her shit. And took all the research. And then about a few weeks or a month later, the person who discovers the HIV viral whatever, that's your boy Fauci, right? He's now world renowned, and he becomes the most famous doctor in America. But back then, they were using that test created by Kerry Mullis, right, to find the HIV. So he goes, he said, you can't determine whether you have a natural live V in anyone. That's not what my test does. He said, all it does is it'll find a particle of something within you and amplify it so that you can go to a boardroom and say, oh, look at what we found. So, excuse me. So basically, it's just a magnifying glass. The PCR test is just a magnifying glass. This is coming from Kerry Mullis. There's a 3.5 minute video of him on a talk show in the 80s, because he was talking about HIV back then. And he was talking about how they were trying to use his test to find HIV. He was like, that's not true. He's like, it's not accurate. So all of those people that they said that had the HIV back in the 80s and 90s, those were false positives that they were doing. All those people that they gave AZT to and all that shit. This is some bullshit. This is the test that they were using to find it. The creator said, no, you can't use my test to find if somebody has an actual live V in them. It only can find a particle, and that doesn't mean that it's live. You have particles, or you have millions and trillions of particles in your body of everything. Molecules, basically. It'll take a molecule of something. It'll find a molecule of something and amplify it to where you can see it, or you can measure it. Is what he said. You can take a molecule, amplify it to where it's something measurable. Basically, it's just where you can see it. And so he said they did that with the HIV in his test back then. Now they're about to bring out another world pandeezy, and now they're going to use that same test. Now he already on the record saying, hey, that shit don't work. Don't be using my test to find this shit. But it's the only thing that they can use to say that they found this within the body, because there are no other tests that can do that, right? Or if they use the real test, which is called Koch. What is it? It's called. Hold on, real quick. Koch postulates, right? So this was like the 200-year-old system of measuring or finding if a V is live, if it's a real thing, right? So this is the standards that they use. I'll pull it up in a minute and show you how they're supposed to do it. But he's like, my test only finds the molecule and amplifies it so you can talk about it. So basically, you can find anything with my test. He basically really broke down some spiritual shit. He says, my test really shows the interconnectedness of all things, because you basically have a molecule of everything in the universe, and that test can find it. It can find whatever molecule. It can find one molecule of something within the body and then amplify it so that you can measure it. So he said, my test can find anything within the body. Anything. That's ill, showing that you are connected to all things. Like you have a molecule of everything within this universe, and my test can show that. Now that's what that test is good for. It shows that how you are a part of all things. That's some ill shit right there. That's some other spiritual shit to be pondering. But just on the practical side of it, he was like, that's all it's good for. It only shows that something is there. It doesn't show that if it's live, if it's detrimental to the body, if it's a V load, it doesn't show any of that. So I'm gonna put that video. It's on YouTube. It's on YouTube, but I'm gonna put that video in the description box when I'm finished. So now think of all this. So he is saying all of this. He also got some beef against your boy Fauci. He said Fauci ain't no real doctor. He ain't been in the lab in 30-something years. 40 years, he ain't been in the lab, so he don't know shit. He wouldn't know a V if it bit him in the ass. This is your boy who created the test that Fauci's using. He hated Fauci. This is crazy shit. Kerry Mullis hated Fauci. This is real shit. Anybody go look this shit up. So Fauci's using his test, right? He's using his test. Now, Kerry Mullis, I said this last week. Kerry Mullis, he checks out when 4 months before a pandemia hit, a world pandemia hits. 4 months when they get ready to use his test to validate the pandemia, a test which he said you can't use it for that. Do y'all see the shit that's going on? The shit that's going on right now? This is some crazy shit. This is majorly planned. This has been in the works for the longest time. And we too far along to turn back now. So here, y'all need some donuts. You want to win the lottery? You know what I'm saying? $100. Time off your jail sentence. Oh, you ain't gonna do it? When we take $50 from you, you can't go to the store. You can't. Man, they are putting a smackdown right now for some bullshit. A V that they haven't even shown that's real. They haven't even isolated it. So this is where Homeboy has basically set the blueprint to show cats how to fight it. If they try to mandate you for anything and all this and that, you get fined or you get penalized for any of that, your case needs to be show me the V. Like what's my boy? Show me the money. Like Tom Crazy. Show me the money. Show me the V. Y'all need to be out there. Show me the V, because if enough people start submitting subpoenas for that, it's gonna shut the system down because they don't have it. That's gonna fuck everything. Appreciate you. Who was that? Oh man, appreciate you for the super chat, man. Everybody who hitting the super chat. I'm sorry, I'm flowing, I'm talking. I'm able to shout you out on the super chat when you do it, but I appreciate everybody doing it. But so that's what you got to start doing, man. Call it out. Hey, let me see it. Just like you say, I have in court. You have a right to face your accuser. Well, shit. If you claiming that I violated, that I'm a health risk because you got this big super monster Dracula V out here that's taking everybody out. Well, let me see it. These motherfuckers are the Wizard of Oz. You pull back the curtain, there's a nigga back there pulling strings, doing this fucking with shit. Ain't no fucking nigga, ain't no Wizard of Oz, nigga. Get your bitch ass out of here. That's what's going on right now. That is what's going on. You got the Wizard of Oz and this nigga behind the curtain pulling levers like, oh shit, nigga, hope they don't find out. So you gotta start, that was a shout out to him. But the funny thing is, when he did that, his case in court was him against the chief medical officer of health of Alberta, right? When he submitted that, his case was no longer against her. This nigga case went up to his case went all the way up to him against the Queen of England. The Queen of England. It went from him against this person in this lowly little county, the health chief officer of this county, to the Queen of England, because y'all know Canada is still like a commonwealth of Britain, right? Just like Australia and a whole lot of other places. United Kingdom, right? That's the UK. So, again, him against the Queen. I go from me against this chick, the health officer, to me against the Queen. Oh, y'all would not. Yeah, he did something right. He did something absolutely right in that court. So, again, that's what you guys got to start doing. You got to get, I'm telling you, the law is your way out. Crying and protesting and having signs and screaming, that ain't nothing. No. There are laws on the books that are here for you to protect your rights. And y'all are so apathetic, it's pathetic. Honestly, you guys are so apathetic to your rights. Why the fuck would I give a shit about them? You don't. What the fuck? That's like somebody coming in your house and seeing you piss on your couch and roll and you shit and fart all over your couch, and then they put their foot up on the couch to tie their shoe, and you be like, hey nigga, get your shoe off my couch, nigga. I don't bring bullshit out of the from the street into my house. I'm a clean nigga. What? Wait a minute, didn't you just piss and shit all over this motherfucker 2 seconds ago? Now you worried about me putting my foot up on this bitch? Get the fuck out of here. That's what they're like. Like, nigga, you don't worry. Y'all niggas don't give a shit about your rights. Now all of a sudden you care? When we tell you gotta take the hokey, now you give a fuck? Oh. They like, nigga, get the fuck out of here with that shit. They know most of y'all are not serious about it, and none of y'all are gonna follow up on it or do whatever you need to do. Y'all not gonna band together. You're not gonna go, seek the legal information that you need to box these niggas like Floyd Mayweather. Y'all ain't gonna do none of that. They know it. Hey, nigga, write that law up and put that shit in. These niggas, write that motherfucking law up. Like, fuck these niggas. That's what they doing. So, please. So this is another thing. So, a couple of things other that you can do. Always challenge by asking to see the actual isolated V. Then you can also go in America. You got the ADA, American Disabilities Act. So go there, go to the American Disabilities Act, look it up, and look at the list of disabilities that they have. Man, they got crazy disabilities. All kinds of shit that you would never think is a disability that they got listed on there that you can use to say that you can get out of it. These are exemptions. These are hokey exemptions, and so that's one of them. Okay, so there's also an article that I'm going to put in the description box that also breaks down. This is an article about what you can do if your work tries to get you to mandate the V. So this breaks down all the things that you would be able to do. It's crazy. So it goes into the ADA. You can use that, the American Disabilities Act, and claim that you got a disability, right? And so there's certain things that the employer has to, certain accommodations that the employer has to make for you if it's not super severe. So you can use the argument, well, if the V wasn't so severe, if it wasn't so severe that a mask was good enough for it, so a whole year and a half has passed and a mask has been good enough for a year and a half, but now all of a sudden it isn't. When everybody's getting the V, when we're starting to come out of it, that doesn't make any sense. So if a mask was good for a whole year and a half, then a mask can be good now. So these are the arguments that you would make. So also Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, that's the discrimination clause. You go look that up. They can't discriminate on religious discrimination, right? So y'all better get y'all some religion. Whatever it is. Hey, nigga, I pray to Gaia. I'm a Guyanese. Gaia is the ancient or the old term for the earth, right? It's a whole lot of names, but Gaia is one of them. So you become a worshiper of Gaia. I worship the earth, meaning I'm all natural. I don't take any man-made chemicals. You can do that. That can be a religion. They can't. It's so ill. They can never determine what a religion is. Only you can. I can open the Church of Twizzlers. Twizzler licorice. If I got two niggas that said we believe that Twizzlers are spiritual. Oh man, appreciate you, from that's a pound. That's from the UK. What was that? Marcel Taylor. Appreciate you, brother. So if two niggas agreed that Twizzlers were spiritual, we can open up the Church of Twizzlers. Did y'all know that? Oh, we praying to the Twizzlers. Like, oh, nigga. Oh, them Twizzlers. You can do that. The house of M&Ms. The Church of M&Ms. Nigga, them M&Ms are good as motherfucker, nigga. God damn, nigga, I be floating when I be on them M&Ms. Nigga, oh shit, I be seeing God. Whew. You can do that. In America, they allow you to do shit like that. So, in this religious discrimination, who's to say what your religion is? Your religion is nature. I only take natural and homeopathic remedies. I don't do anything chemical. I don't put any chemicals in my body that could be adverse. That could be adverse to my body. That's how that shit goes. Hold on, y'all. My battery. They just told me my battery was running out. All right. So we don't. So you can do that. So be creative with your religion. Just make sure it sounds like it's your religion. But I would use the homeopathic nature. You know, I'm a naturalist. You know, that type of spiritual, new agey, whatever it is. You can get into that, and you only take homeopathic natural remedies. And spiritually, that's what you do. Write that up. It's backed by Title VII of the Discrimination Act, the Civil Rights Act, Discrimination Clause, religious discrimination. So, use the loopholes, as I was just saying, use the motherfucking loopholes that's in the system to get your ass out. It's really used to get the elite, the people who run the system out. But shit, you can find them, you can use them. If you, oh man, appreciate you, Jay. Jay Jax, appreciate you, brother. So these are your way outs. Now, that's that for the V. So do your diligence, and start learning your rights. I'm gonna go off on the know your rights stuff in a minute, but you got to start learning your rights, and we have to do it collectively, because that's where the power is. If collectively we start saying, no, you can't do this because of this law. No, you can't do that because of that law. No, you can't do that because of this law. Do you understand that they have to back off if we collectively come in and we all submit subpoenas for the isolated V? Do y'all understand how ill that's gonna be if we subpoena? So let me tell you about real before I leave this. So the Koch postulates, right? So this is what they're supposed to do to validate or verify an actual V. It's called the Koch postulates. So this is four different things that they're supposed to do. So this is it. One, they have the microorganism must be found in diseased but not healthy individuals. You hear that? The microorganism must be found in diseased but not healthy individuals. That's one. Two, the microorganism must be cultured from the diseased individual, right? Diseased person. Three, inoculation of a healthy individual with the cultured microorganism must be recapitulated. Excuse me, so get that again. Inoculation of a healthy individual with the cultured microorganism must be recapitulated. Wait a minute, let me see. Am I reading? Must recapitulate, the disease. So basically, it's saying that if you put the disease in a healthy person, then the disease needs to show, it needs to replicate and show that it's a disease inside of a healthy person after you've done the first two things, right? And so then it says number 4, the microorganism must be re-isolated from the inoculated diseased individual and matched in the original microorganism. So those 4 things must go down in order for you to verify that an actual V exists. It's called the Koch postulates. It's been literally the standard for identifying V's for 200 years. You understand this? 200 years. This has been the way. Until what? Right now. Until right now. No, actually until HIV. Until AIDS in the 80s. When they started using the PCR. So that's when they jumped on that. But Koch postulates has still been the standard for the industry for 200 years, even with the PCR. That's only used experimentally, which is why you only have an experimental V. And that was an experimental test that was authorized by the FDA. So y'all understand what's going on. So then the FDA, again, they come out and they say we ain't using that no more because it's not accurate enough. We're going to stop using that on December 31st, 2021, because it's not accurate enough. So if it ain't accurate enough, that means you already knew that it wasn't detecting what you said it was detecting. You knew that. And y'all was telling all these people that they had all of this because this test, remember, the test finds one molecule of something in your body and magnifies it so that you can see it and measure it. So you have particles in your body all day long. particles in your body. Matter of fact, a lot of them are dormant. Some of them assimilate to your cells and don't do anything. They just lie dormant. Sometimes forever, you'll die and they'll just be assimilated to your cells. Or sometimes they may go active 10, 15, 20 years after it's entered your body. So again, finding a molecule of something in your body and amplifying and say, oh yeah, he got it, see? See? It's like, it's the same thing as taking a magnifying glass on an ant. And so if I take a magnifying glass on an ant, that motherfucker gonna look huge. I'm like, oh shit, look at that big ass nigga. Damn. And you take the magnifying glass, you be like, hey, where'd that nigga go? Like, shit, hey, nigga, it was that big ass ant here just a second ago. That's what they did with the PCR. That's what the PCR is. It's a big ass magnifying glass for molecules in the body. So y'all have to understand this is some major shit going on and it's on many levels. If you look at the NBA, I'm watching Summer League NBA. During the commercials, they got all the NBA players showing in front of the camera getting the jabby jab. And man, let me tell you right now, if you've seen that commercial, look at Klay Thompson's face. Y'all know Klay Thompson for the Golden State Warriors. Look at Klay Thompson's face, man. When he's showing his, I got the V sticker, he looked like they made me do this shit. That's the look he got on his face. They made us do this shit. He ain't smiling. He ain't happy. He like, this is some fucking bullshit. He got to, matter of fact, he look mean. He look mad. So it's coming down from all levels. Cats ain't even having a choice on some things. If you've married yourself to the beast, to the devil in the system, man, that shit is coming. The karma's coming back to bite you in the ass right now, ain't it? Woo! Hey, sorry. So another thing I want to break down. That's a part of this whole bullshit. The whole interconnectedness. Y'all see how the 4 officers from the January 6th insurrection, 4 officers have committed suicide? 4? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4? 4 different officers from the insurrection, supposed insurrection, because it's not an insurrection, because the Capitol building is open to the public. Just so y'all know. They know y'all dumb and shit, and y'all don't know that it's a public building, and anybody can go in, and you don't need appointments. They say, well, they entered without appointment. You don't need an appointment to walk into the goddamn Capitol building. You don't need no goddamn appointment. I walk into the Capitol building without, I ain't had no appointment. Well, right on in that bitch. So it's bullshit when they tell you about, oh, you have to have an appointment. Hey, all these people waiting in here without an appointment. They ain't need no damn appointment. They citizens. They own that bitch. Their taxes pay for it. So 6 people, 6 officers that was involved in that committed suicide. Y'all do your own inference. Y'all do your own connections on what that is. You see? That was all planned, man. And it was all planned so they can get your boy Trump out of here so they can implement this. You think the mandates would be going down if your boy Trump was in there? He wouldn't be doing this. He wouldn't be doing this at all. He wouldn't be doing no force nothing. But they have to get him out so they can implement that. And they're still not necessarily able to do it because the FDA has not ruled it, has not signed off on it. And they can't because it hasn't been long enough without adverse effects, side effects. They have to go a certain amount of time, with a certain amount of side effects, because everything is going to have side effects, but a certain amount that they can categorize and say, all right, well, this amount of people, this percentage of people don't get it. And when it's a big enough percentage of people that don't have the reactions, then they can, the FDA can sign off on it, right? Without getting sued and all the rest of that. Now, again, you guys can't sue the V companies, the hokey companies. Y'all can't sue the hokey companies for if anything happens to you. Most people don't even know that. It is against the law, federally against the law, for you to sue the hokey companies. And so the people who are forcing you to do this, do they even know that? Like, dude, what happens if I do? Just by some off chance, I got some bullshit adverse reaction to it, and I start walking backwards. Nigga, I start fucking, you know what I'm saying, walking on my hands. What happens if that happens? I can't go sue I can't sue the hokey company. That's against the law. The government not liable. So what happens? They're not answering that question. You need to get it because you putting my life in danger. How the hell am I putting your life in danger if you got it? If you got the hokey and you supposed to be protected, how the hell am I putting your life in danger? It doesn't make any sense. What they're doing right now is literally, if you seen that damn movie Idiocracy, go look at that movie Idiocracy. It was where like this dude had got put to sleep and woke up in the future, and he wasn't a smart nigga, he was just average smart. And when he woke up, the whole world was so goddamn stupid that this nigga was the smartest person in the world. And he was just an average smart nigga. He didn't know shit. But because the whole rest of the world was so goddamn dumb, this motherfucker was the smartest person in the world. This is where we are right now. Idiocracy. They got y'all on that. You know, anybody who accepts the argument that I'm putting your life in, that the people who, the unhokey, are putting the hokey life in danger, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. If we're both fighting and you got on armor and I don't, how the hell, whose life is really in danger? So again, people who accept in that narrative are, your consciousness is in the tank, is in the shitter, if you accepted that narrative. But again, they're covering their tracks with the officers, because this was planned. This whole thing was planned by your subversive, what they call them, your shadow governments, and in order to get him out, but also in order to stain his reputation so that he couldn't be elected again. But it didn't work. This nigga can still be reelected, which he probably gonna be, because if you look at the numbers for the Democrats right now, them niggas is in the shit. That shit is in the shitter. The midterm elections, man, most of the damn house is gonna get voted out, probably damn near, at least half. This is going crazy right now, especially because they're trying to force niggas to get these V's. Watch all these Republicans vote all them damn Democrat niggas out in this next midterm elections, because they're the ones backing the the mandated V, hokey. So just so y'all know, man, y'all, it's a whole lot of shit going on right now, man. Y'all have to be aware of this. Whatever y'all got doing, y'all got going, y'all not aware of what's going on, because it's, man, they're trying to take niggas out the game, or put us in a certain place. They work the puppet strings on us so they can have us in a place where they need us when they restart this whole one world economy, or when they start it. So also the other thing, I don't know if y'all heard about, the federal government is funding research on black baby organ harvesting. Did y'all know about that? The federal government is giving money to companies or organizations that are harvesting organs from aborted babies, and a lot who have come to full term. Melanated though, not Caucasian niggas. Why? Why are they doing research on niggas? Y'all know why. The only thing that you got that they don't got is this. They can't do research on Caucasian babies and look for this. You understand? They do melanin harvesting. Y'all don't understand. Melanin is used in research in labs. Where do y'all think they get that shit? They get it from cadavers, and they get it from aborted fetuses. This is in here. The melanin, the experiments that they do on melanin. They use synthetic melanin that they create from mushrooms. The black part of a mushroom. If you ever eaten a magic mushroom, you know that black part in the middle. That black part in the middle. They call that melanin, and they mix it with an amino acid, tyrosine, and then they get melanin. They get synthetic melanin from that. And that's what they do. They do a lot of experiments with that. But they also, you have to do, they do live experiment with real melanin. They get that from dead cadavers who have melanoma, which is skin cancer with melanoma. They extract it from that, but they do that. Also just, they grind up, they can get it from the melanocytes, so they can extract the melanocyte just from a dead body, from a dead melanated person's cells. Or they're getting it from the fetuses, the babies, the aborted babies. And we don't know that. We just in Planned Parenthood is just rolling through the goddamn neighborhood. Hey, don't you want an abortion? Don't you want an abortion, nigga? Hey, abortion's for everybody. They fucking Oprah. Shit, they Oprah with the, you get an abortion, you get an abortion, you get an abortion, you get it. They doing that to all niggas in the hood. And what they doing it for? Because they taking the goddamn babies. Organ harvesting. So harvesting the organs so they can do experiments, but also, trust me, it's that melanin. Because what organs do you have that Caucasians don't have? What's different about your organs? That they're covered in more melanin cells, melanocytes, than the Caucasians. So, man, please be aware of what's going on right here. It's carbon, yep. It's the carbon. It's liquid carbon. This is what this is. Your melanin is liquid carbon. Just so y'all know. And they are extracting it and using it. And look up melanin on the market is like $400 and something a gram. Melanin is money, baby. Because laboratories use it. They have to. So these laboratories around the world, they use melanin for experiments. So of course it's worth something. So y'all better understand what's going on, man. You are at the top of what's going on. And a couple of last things. A couple days ago was the anniversary, or yesterday was the anniversary of Michael Brown, the 7th anniversary of Michael Brown. Y'all know the brother who got shot from Ferguson. Him and his homie was walking home. Popo tried to pull up on him, ask him to come to the car. This is what this Popo said, that he came to the car and he reached for his gun and all that. But the real story, the brother who was with him said that the guy asked him to come to the car, and they said, what for? When he came to the car, he got mad. He got mad because they said something to him. They said something about him. He was trying to ask him to get out of the street, and they wouldn't move out of the street. So he said, come here. And he called him to the car. He's like, what's the deal? And he said he was trying to reprimand him physically about walking in the street. And so the cop got mad, and then all the scuffle happened from that. But then they tried to say that the cop was on him because he had robbed the liquor store right before that of some Swisher Sweets. But there's a Caucasian dude who did a documentary on Michael Brown, after the whole Ferguson documentary, and he went behind the scenes and did interviews with all these people in Ferguson, and as well the owner of the store. And the guy who worked at the store at night, what they showed was Michael Brown the night before had went and gave that dude some weed. He went and gave that dude a couple of sacks of weed. And so for that bud, the dude was going to give him some Swisher Sweets. So, but he didn't pick them up. So when he went back and picked up the Swishers, it was because he had already made a deal for him. He wasn't stealing. He had already gave the worker the bud, and they showed it in the camera, in the behind the counter camera. So no one seen that footage of the clerk. So there's a camera behind that desk, and they showed Michael Brown handing him a bag of weed that night. And so bouncing and doing the deal. So, and basically from that, Black Lives Matter became famous and they ain't shit now, but they haven't done anything. What has really come from the tragedy that was Michael Brown and, Trayvon Martin and Tamir Rice and, excuse me, and Alton Sterling and, all the other brothers who have, Eric Garner, all the brothers who have perished at the hands of the Popo. A lot of it is because we don't know our rights. I'm going to be honest. A lot of this stuff is because we don't know our rights. A lot of this stuff could have been avoided from first contact with the Popo if we understood our rights. But because we don't, it immediately devolves into something catastrophic because we get scared, we get defensive, we get angry, pissed because they harassing us. All of these things start to come out. We're emotional people, and all of these things start to come out at the police stop, and then that gives them the excuse to come down and start beating your ass and do whatever the hell they want to do. There's a new video out right now of 3 or 4 cops holding the brother against a gate who he obviously can't do anything to him. He's pinned against the gate, both arms, everything. He's whole thing, he's against the gate. And this big punk ass Caucasian cop, huge cop, just start punching him in the face. Bam, 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 bam. Now you don't punch this, so y'all know. When you punch somebody, don't ever punch anybody like this. Don't ever draw your hand back to punch anybody like that. You're gonna get no power from that. Just so y'all know. You don't punch anybody by drawing your hand back and going back. You punch somebody by pushing from here, pushing with your bam, your midsection and your chest power. You don't go like this and punch somebody. But he was punching him like this and hitting the dude in the face, and the dude was just eating them punches. He was like, nigga, you soft, nigga, your punches is whack. But, you can see that the dude was trying to knock him out. He was trying to prove that he was stronger. He was stronger than this brother. I'm gonna knock you out. You gonna fall from one of these shots. And the brother was like, nigga, nigga, you whack. So, this stuff is still going on because we have made very little progress in understanding our rights since that time. And since the beginning of the time, since Popo been beating our ass for the last 100 years. But again, we don't make any progress in learning the rules to the game. We want to play the game. We want to be all in the game. We want to be rolling all in the money and, jump on Park Place and Boardwalk, nigga, and we do all that, nigga. What happens when you get that go to jail card? Go to jail, nigga. Everybody play Monopoly, y'all know. You get that go to jail card, you got to roll some shit before you get out of jail, don't you? So that's what's happening to you niggas. Y'all playing Monopoly like a motherfucker, rolling in the Monopoly money, because it is Monopoly money. It ain't real. Y'all on Park Place, Boardwalk, utility, whatever. Y'all doing all of that, but y'all ain't read. One person has flipped open the box and read the rules on the box cover. Not one nigga. But then you want to cry when you get the damn go to jail card. or the thimble car, or the car run your ass over on Boardwalk. So this is where we are. Shout out to Michael Brown and his family, because Black Lives Matter basically used them to get famous and to get rich and didn't do anything. Shout out to a lot of the activists in Ferguson who came up dead, just suspiciously dead. All these activist leaders who were there on the front lines in Ferguson just came up dead. So we have all of this, but no actual progress within the system. Because the only progress you get in the system is through your rights in the law. Y'all don't get that. They are so happy that you niggas are scared of the law. You don't understand. Them niggas be, hey, nigga, they don't, hey. Them niggas don't know the law. Them niggas don't know the law. Yeah, them niggas don't know the law. Hey, they be dancing their asses off because you niggas don't know the law. They be twerking. Them niggas don't know the law. Them niggas don't know the law. And they gonna keep doing it as long as y'all don't know the law. So you got to get that law game up. Y'all already know what it is. Know Your Rights manual. When the Know Your Rights Foundation comes, when we fully get launched, we're going to be doing that in the next week. The website will be finished in the next couple of days. And so we're going to launch. But we're going to be putting stuff on there about, you know, hokey rights, what your rights are involved in the hokey, stuff like that. We're going to constantly be updating and adding. It's not there yet, but we're going to be doing that because you're in a time right now where it is of the utmost importance. It is life and death that you know your rights right now. Sometimes you could, other times you could have skated through with this, but now they are literally trying to force a chemical in your body. In Australia, they doing that. They rolling up on niggas, sticking them with the arm with the V, with the hokey, against their will. This is crazy, man. You can't let these niggas start doing that shit over here. We got rules and rights and laws that prevent them from doing this shit over here. But they'll do it if you don't know them. They be like, nigga, they don't know that shit. Somebody be in the room like, hey, man, we can't do it to these Americans, nigga. They got this and this. And then the other nigga be like, nigga, they don't know that. They don't know what the... Man, go stick that nigga in the goddamn arm. Shut your ass up about his rights. He don't know what his rights is. Fuck out of here. This nigga, you hear this crazy nigga? This dumbass nigga talking about their rights that they don't know. Hey, how does nigga get in the room? Somebody, security, get this bitch ass nigga out the room. Who talking about somebody's rights that they don't know? Get this nigga out the room. Get your ass out of here. They kick this nigga out the room. Get your bitch ass. But that's what's happening. That's what they doing. They know y'all don't know shit about your rights. So, again, this is where it begins. This is what this is where your rights begin right here. Knowing your rights manual, everything that you can, that the police can and cannot do to you at a police stop. You guys need to know that. This is where it starts. Knowing how to deal with the popo when they try to threaten your ass. They roll right up on you and your heart start pumping out your damn chest because you don't know shit. And the funny thing is, a lot of people who get rolled up on the popo, you've had the thought, man, I should probably learn how to deal with the police. I promise you, a lot of y'all niggas then had that thought. Man, I probably should learn how to deal with the popo, but just don't do it. And then, you be like, God damn, I bet you be like, motherfucker, I should have learned this. I should have learned what to say to this nigga. Because I get emails like that. So don't get bit in the ass. That's your karma. If you have the thought, I should learn to do this, and it's something that's supposed to save your ass, and then you don't do it, and then the very thing happens to you, that's karma. That's karma. That's the universe slapping you, saying, see, nigga, I sent you the vibration that you should learn this shit. You didn't want to do it the easy way, huh? All right, here. Let me slap the shit out of your ass. So you'll feel it and you'll know it's real next time when I say, learn a couple of them laws so that you can deal with the popo. So, again, know your rights manual right here. Then when they violate those rights, they get penalized too. Public official bonds. This is how you get back at them. They got police insurance. Okay? That secures your rights, so they don't violate your rights. If they mess you over, if they mess the citizens over at the public at large, if they do something, if they damage some property, they gotta have insurance for that, and that's called the public official bond. All right. So this is also tied to your constitutional rights. So you can only place a lien on their bond or a claim on their bond if they violated your constitutional rights, because these go together. It's called oaths and bonds. Okay. So that's what's in the back of this. This section is the oaths and bonds. This is where these are the laws in your state under oaths and bonds. And say they're hidden in most places. This information was never in one place before I put it in this book, just so y'all know. This is the only place that you're going to find all this information in one place. All the states' bond information. All right, so you got to go read the laws. I didn't put the laws in here. I just put where you can find the laws. So you got to go read the laws, and you need to, because you need to get versed in understanding the law. But this is the way you do it. All right, and then you already know, for the stop at the popo stop, you got the constitutional rights card right there. That's the constitutional rights card. This says everything that you want to say to the popo. I'll read it off to y'all just real quick. It says the bearer of this card expressly reserves all U.S. constitutional rights and chooses to exercise the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments thereof in the presence of or detainment and arrest by any police officers or public officials. These rights include, but are not limited to, the right to remain silent, the right against unreasonable searches and seizures without a warrant. The bearer of this card does not consent to searches. Number 3, the right to the right to lawfully record police in public. Number 4, the right not to be lawfully harassed or profiled by police officers due to my race, religion, and or creed. And number 5, the right to legal representation. And then it has what happens to the police officers on the back if they do violate your rights. So that's what that says. And so this is the qualified immunity card, right? Because when police officers violate your constitutional rights, they get qualified immunity. But this card right here and this card right here says no, you don't, nigga. Your qualified immunity is gone because you knowingly violated my rights. That's why you need to know your rights. Because if you tell the officer in the midst or before he violates your rights and you get that on camera, then they can't say that I didn't know I was violating his rights. How didn't you know? It's on camera that he told you that this right, this law. You have a duty as a police officer before you violate this person's rights because you took an oath to uphold the Constitution, which means an oath to secure and protect their constitutional rights. Then you had a duty to make sure you wasn't violating those rights before you did what you did. And so that's what it says on here. The very first one says a police officer or public official loses their qualified immunity when they knowingly violate the law or are plainly incompetent. That's a Supreme Court case, just so y'all understand. So when you tell them and get it on camera, hey, dude, you're about to violate my constitutional rights if you do this, and they do it anyway, then their qualified immunity is gone. Bam. So y'all better understand, there's ways around this stuff. And then the Cliff Notes, the Q&A version of what to do at the police stop and traffic and Terry stops. That's this right here with the punk-ass cop sitting on top. The punk-ass cop sitting on top. Y'all, hey, boy, don't get me flowing up in here. But this is the flashcards. Y'all see how it goes. This is the new version of the flashcards. It says police stop flashcard at the top. You see it has the Constitution on it and the question and Q&A on the back. So you got to get with your kids with these. This is, man, I'm going to press this. This is you and your kids. Sit down with them. This could be bonding time. Get your ass off that goddamn iPad, off that iPhone, and sit down. Let's have some police stop law, some flashcards. But you know, it's a way to get some order back in your house. So this is what it looks like though. When you come to the package for you, it's all packed up. Packaged like that. And you know you get all of that for free when you order the melanin, the book, the hard copy. Because I need you guys to learn the law. I'm raising a million Johnny Cochrans. It's only 4% of the lawyers in America are niggas. Mostly entertainment lawyers. We cannot have that. That is not the thing. Entertainment law is not going to save your ass at a goddamn traffic stop. So Johnny Cochran, though, was the smartest lawyer in American history. Said so by all the lawyers, all the super smart lawyers today. He was the smartest lawyer in American history. And he was a nigga. So let's do his spirit right. Let's do his legacy right and jump back on that because he was controlling the system. Y'all need to go look up how many people Johnny Cochran got off. Michael Jackson, Snoop Dogg, Geronimo Pratt, Tupac. Man, are you kidding me? This the dude who got abused in New York. He got him $27 million for the popo abusing him in New York. Man, y'all better go learn who Johnny Cochran was because we are doing his legacy wrong right now. We should have taken what he did and extrapolated on that. But right now, we got to go back in time and just learn the basics. But they took him out for that reason because he was an activist and he was getting ready to go for reparations, as well as create different programs in the different hoods, to bring people out of the poverty. Johnny Cochran was a real one, just so y'all know. Shout out to Johnny Cochran. But again, you get the whole police stop law package when you order the hard copy melanin book. All right. So people don't be hitting me up, say, I just bought the digital copy. Well, send me my package. No, it's not the digital copy. It is the hard copy. All right. So, and then, you get the alkaline cookbook when y'all order that. Digital. This is the digital. Just so y'all know, this is the digital copy. But that's all I got today, man. I want to thank everybody again for the condolences that you guys sent me for my pops, on his way out of here. But the state that he was in a very his body was broken down so much that it was jail for his spirit. So him going on and moving on is actually an elevation for him. So I'm pleased with that, and I'm also pleased that he was able to exit through the Lion Gate, the Lion Gate portal through Sirius, rising the highest point where our sun and Sirius were at the high points. And he's also a Leo, so he went out riding on his energy. So peace out to my pops, and thank everybody for your condolences. I appreciate it, man. Y'all don't even understand. I didn't even know anybody knew, because I didn't watch the Zoe show, so I didn't know he told anybody, and I just started getting flooded with condolences. So that was awesome, man. So I appreciate that. I love y'all, man, and I need y'all to get out here and start learning your rights. I'm gonna be in your ass about it, nigga, until you do it. So you might as well do it, and to keep me from yelling at your ass. I'm gonna be in your motherfucking ass, nigga. I'm gonna be on you until you learn your rights. I just have to be, because the law is what runs everything. Universal law first. You guys need to be learning universal law first, and I have videos breaking that down. Go look up the Kabbalion videos that I've done, or the Kung Fu of law. That's really the one where I break down both the universal law and the mundane law. So if you haven't seen that documentary, go look at the documentary on the channel, the Kung Fu of law for black people. You can't miss it. Got the Bruce Lee on the front. So, all right. That's it for me. About to order me a turkey burger. And anybody who know me from Police Stop Law class, they know when I in Police Stop Law class, it's turkey burger time. So it's turkey burger time. Love y'all. I'm holla at y'all later. Deuces. Oh, sorry. Go to Reelnagas.com to get the stuff. I'll put the link. I'll put the link in this description box. But it's Reelnagas.com if you want to order the Police Stop Law package and all the other gear that I got there. I got Dragon More, Phoenix More, all kind of stuff gear. So let's go there, and support. And I appreciate y'all. Peace.